The HSV Pathfinder glided silently through the dark void of space, its sleek hull reflecting the distant starlight. Captain Jup Park sat in the command chair, her dark eyes scanning the bridge displays with calm precision. It was the Pathfinder's first mission, a maiden voyage that was supposed to be routine, an exploration beyond the outer core belt, a region carefully chosen for its emptiness. Suddenly the green lights on the bridge console flickered. Then they shifted to red. A low, urgent alarm filled the room. "Report." Captain Park's voice was steady, but the sharp edge carried through the tension on the bridge. Lieutenant Hansu Choi's fingers flew across the navigation panel. "Captain, our engines are not responding. Something is pulling us." The view screen at the front of the bridge displayed the scattered blackness of deep space. Stars twinkled like distant fireflies, but something unseen seemed to grip the Pathfinder, dragging it slowly toward an unknown point. Science Officer Yab Ba leaned over her console, her usual cheerful tone replaced with professional tension. "Captain, this is no natural phenomenon. It's a directed gravitational field. Essentially, a tractor beam." Park straightened in her chair, her uniform perfectly neat despite the rising tension. "Source?" Yab Ba shook her head. "Unknown. No signature in any human database. It's advanced." Before anyone could respond, Communications Officer Sunak Kong pointed at the screen. "Captain, something is decloaking. To our starboard side." The bridge went silent. Every officer held their breath. Slowly, a massive vessel began to materialize beside them. It was enormous, 5 kilometers from bow to stern, and its hull shimmered with silver-blue light. Strange symbols glowed along its surface, and dark panels suggested weapon ports. The ship was unlike anything humans had ever seen. "That's big," Hansu Choi whispered, his voice almost lost in the hum of the bridge. Captain Park tapped her comm panel. "Hail them." Sunak's fingers hovered over the panel, ready to comply. But before he could send a message, the communications console lit up. They were already being hailed. The view screen shifted. A face appeared, alien and intimidating. 4 eyes arranged in a diamond pattern stared directly at the camera. Its skin was a pale, shimmering purple, smooth and without a nose. When it spoke, rows of small, flat teeth were visible in a wide mouth. "Unidentified vessel." The alien's voice was deep but precise. "You have entered Galactic Council space without authorization. Your ship and crew are now under Council jurisdiction, pending review." The bridge crew exchanged uneasy glances. Captain Park's mind raced. They had been careful to avoid Council-controlled sectors. How could this happen? "Status of the ship?" she asked, her voice calm despite the adrenaline pulsing in her veins. Lieutenant Choi's hands flew across the controls. "All engines still offline. Tractor beam is holding. We can't move." Yab Ba's fingers danced over the science console. "Their energy signature is unlike anything in the archives. We don't have the tech to counter it." Captain Park leaned forward in her chair, narrowing her eyes. "Options." The Council alien continued, unblinking. "Do not attempt to leave. Compliance is mandatory. You will follow instructions until authorization is granted." "Captain," Sunak said quietly, they're huge. Even our weapons won't touch them." Park's jaw tightened. "We comply for now. But we stay alert. Every system ready. We move if we get an opening." The bridge fell silent. The Pathfinder, a marvel of human engineering, seemed almost insignificant next to the colossal alien ship. Its crew, trained for exploration and defense, now faced an unimaginable power. Then something strange happened. The massive vessel flickered, just for a moment, as if a shadow passed over its hull. Yab Ba's eyes widened. "Captain, did anyone else see that?" A fluctuation in their shields. Park's heart skipped. Could it be a weakness? A chance for humanity to prove itself? The alien spoke again. "Prepare for inspection. Non-compliance will be considered a hostile act." Captain Park leaned back in her chair, her dark eyes scanning the bridge crew. Fear was there, yes, but also determination. The humans on this ship had faced impossible odds before, on Earth, in simulations, in training. And now, in deep space against an unknown alien authority, they would have to act with courage, wit, and speed. The Pathfinder trembled slightly in the tractor beam, its engines powerless, its crew holding their breath. In that moment, silence hung over the bridge, broken only by the soft hum of the ship and the steady, commanding heartbeat of Captain Jup Park. Would they comply and follow the Council's orders, risking humiliation or worse? Or would humanity make a daring move that could change the course of interstellar history forever? The answers lay in the next few moments. The HSV Pathfinder floated under the alien ship's shadow, its engines still dead, trapped in the invisible grip of the tractor beam. The bridge crew felt the weight of their situation pressing down on them, heavier than the emptiness of space itself. The colossal alien vessel hummed with energy, every surface glowing with strange symbols that seemed alive. Captain Jup Park's eyes scanned the consoles again, her mind racing. Report, Lieutenant Choi. All engines are offline, Captain. The tractor beam is holding us tight. Any attempt to override it could damage the drive systems, Hansu Choi said, sweat forming along his brow. His fingers hovered uncertainly over the controls. Science Officer Yab Ba leaned forward, her usual cheerful expression replaced with concentration. Captain, the gravitational field is artificial and it's extremely advanced. Even our best quantum sensors can barely read it. Whoever controls this ship is far beyond us in technology. Park pressed her fingers together, thinking fast. Communication update? Sonic Kang's fingers flew across his console. Still connected. They haven't turned off the channel. But their voice, it's cold, commanding, and direct. No emotion. The alien reappeared on the screen. Its 4 eyes gleamed as it spoke again. You will follow our instructions. Any deviation will be considered hostile. Prepare to enter Council space immediately. Park leaned back in her chair, her mind weighing options. Council space? She muttered under her breath. We barely know anything about these sectors. They're supposed to be off-limits for humans. Yab Ba's hands moved quickly over the science console. It seems we've drifted into an uncharted corridor, but their sensors detected us instantly. Either they were expecting us, or they monitor every inch of space beyond the core belt. Hansu Choi rubbed his temple. Captain, what do we do? If we comply, we risk imprisonment or worse. If we resist, we'll be destroyed. Park's jaw tightened. We comply for now. But we do not surrender. Every system ready. Shields on maximum, weapons online, tactical protocols active. The alien's voice cut through the tense silence. Disobedience will result in immediate termination of your vessel and crew. You are warned. A shiver ran through the crew. The threat was not idle. The alien ship, massive and armed, could easily destroy them with a single strike. Suddenly, a low vibration ran through the Pathfinder. The tractor beam pulsed, tugging the ship closer. The bridge shook slightly. Yab Ba's eyes widened. Captain, the beam is adjusting. Something is changing. The pull is not constant. Maybe it's a pattern. If we can understand it, we might find a chance to break free. Park's mind raced. Every second counted. Options, Lieutenant Choi. Can we maneuver within this pattern? Choi hesitated. We might, but the engines are still mostly offline. Any sharp move could tear the hull or fry the drive cores. Sonic spoke up, voice tense. Captain, I'm monitoring the alien ship's systems. I see fluctuations in their energy field. Tiny ones but consistent. Almost like a weakness. Park's eyes narrowed. A weakness. Explain. Yab Ba leaned closer, pointing at the readings. It's small, almost negligible. But their energy shields pulse at intervals. If we time it perfectly, we could slip through, or at least reduce their control over us. The bridge went silent, each officer realizing the gravity of the situation. They were humans, pushed far beyond their limits, against an enemy they could barely comprehend, but there was a chance, however slim, to take action. Captain, Choi said cautiously, even if we succeed, we still have to face the Council. They're powerful, intelligent, and ruthless. Any misstep could be our last. Park stood, straightening her uniform, her dark eyes blazing with determination. We survive. We act. We show them that humanity is not to be underestimated. This isn't just about our ship. This is about our people. If they think we are weak, we will prove them wrong. Yab Ba nodded. Captain, if we synchronize with the fluctuations, we might reduce the tractor beam's hold. It's risky, but it's our only option. Sonic's fingers hovered over the comm panel. Should I inform them, or wait? Park shook her head. We wait. Let them believe we are compliant. Every second they underestimate us, every moment we learn their system. That is our advantage. The alien's voice returned, sharper this time. You will follow our path. Deviations are forbidden. Compliance is non-negotiable. Park leaned forward in her chair, her eyes fixed on the massive vessel looming beside them. Her crew held their breath. Fear, yes, but determination stronger. Humans were not the strongest species in the galaxy, not yet. But they were clever, adaptable, and bold. traits that no council could ignore forever. The Pathfinder shuddered slightly in the tractor beam. Every system hummed with tension. Outside, the alien ship's glowing hull seemed to pulse, as if aware of the crew's thoughts. The seconds dragged painfully, but within them, Captain Park saw a sliver of opportunity. "Prepare for analysis," she ordered. "I want every pattern, every fluctuation recorded. We find a way to turn this to our advantage." The crew moved quickly, every motion precise, every sensor checked. The Pathfinder was small against the Council vessel, but the humans on board had courage that could bend fate. And in the darkness of space, the tension hung like a heavy fog. The alien ship waited. The humans watched. And for the first time, the bridge crew realized they were not just passengers in this encounter. They were players. The tractor beam pulsed again. The Pathfinder quivered. Time was running out. Would humanity submit, or would they make a bold move that no one, council or human, would ever forget? The Pathfinder drifted in the shadow of the colossal alien vessel, held fast by the tractor beam. The crew's nerves were stretched tight, every eye on the glowing symbols that pulsed along the alien hull. Outside, deep space stretched endlessly, but inside the bridge the air was thick with tension. Captain Jup Park remained in her chair, her posture rigid, her dark eyes scanning every readout. "Status report," she commanded, voice calm but firm. Lieutenant Hansu Choi's hands hovered over the controls, ready to react. Tractor beam still holding. Engine stable but offline. "Shields are functioning at full capacity, Captain, but any aggressive move could trigger their response." Science Officer Yab Boss' fingers flew across her console. "Captain, I've never seen energy manipulation like this. Their systems are advanced beyond anything recorded in our archives. Even analyzing their shields in real time is a challenge. They're watching us carefully." The communications console flickered, and the alien appeared once more. This time the camera zoomed out, revealing not one face, but a panel of delegates inside the alien ship's bridge. Each one stared at the Pathfinder with an intense, calculating gaze. The four-eyed alien who had first hailed them remained at the center, its expression unreadable. "You are aware," it said, "that entering Galactic Council space without authorization is a serious offense. Your species has been observed for some time. Yet you continue to disregard our warnings." Captain Park leaned forward, her hands resting lightly on the command chair's armrests. "We meant no disrespect. Our mission is purely exploratory. Earth's interest in this sector is scientific, not hostile." A delegate, taller than the first, with green-tinged skin and 6 eyes arranged in 2 rows, tilted its head. "You claim peaceful intent, yet your vessel is armed. Your technology is dangerous and untested. How do we trust your words?" Park's lips pressed together. "Our weapons are defensive. We do not seek conflict, but we will defend our crew if attacked." The alien council exchanged silent glances, their 4, 6, and 8 eyes blinking in patterns humans could not interpret. It was clear, they did not expect compliance. They expected weakness. Science Officer Yab Ba whispered to Park, "Captain, I'm detecting fluctuations in their systems again. Smaller than before but consistent. They pulse rhythmically, maybe to power their shields or weapons. If we act at the right time." Park's eyes narrowed. "I understand, Yab. Keep monitoring but don't take any action yet. Let's see how they proceed." The lead alien spoke again, its voice carrying a note of warning. "Your explanations are insufficient. We will conduct a formal review of your vessel and crew. Non-compliance will be considered hostile. You will follow our course immediately." Hansa-Choi swallowed hard. "Captain, they're serious. Any attempt to evade or resist and we're done for." Park stood, straightening her uniform. "We're not done yet, Lieutenant. Observation, analysis, patience. That's how humans survive against stronger forces." Sonic Kang's fingers danced over the comm panel. "Captain, they're opening a wider communication channel. It looks like an invitation to submit to inspection. They want to see our crew, our systems, everything." Park's dark eyes flicked to each officer. "We comply visually for now. But we prepare. Every system ready, every plan reviewed. They may think they are in control, but they underestimate us." The Alien Council's bridge appeared again on the screen. A holographic projection of the Pathfinder materialized beside the alien ship, showing its size relative to theirs. The council members studied it intently. "Your vessel is primitive," the lead alien said. "Yet your species shows boldness. We have observed similar traits in few civilizations. Boldness alone does not grant survival, but it can be instructive." Yab Ba leaned closer to the console, whispering to Park. Captain, did you hear that? They called us bold. That's unusual. Most species are terrified in this situation. Park's lips curved into a slight smile. Boldness is humanity's strength, Yab. Remember that. Even here against the Council we have leverage. The Council alien's voice rose slightly. Prepare for inspection. You will provide access to internal systems and crew data. Compliance is mandatory. Resistance will be met with destruction. Choi's eyes widened. Captain, they want everything. This is beyond diplomacy. This is intimidation. Park leaned forward, voice steady. We comply with access for now, but we do not submit. Observe everything. Record every fluctuation. Every pattern. If there is an opening, we take it. The Alien Council members exchanged silent glances. A faint hum pulsed through the ship, and the tractor beam tightened slightly, reminding the Pathfinder crew of their precarious position. Time seemed to stretch. Outside, the alien ship loomed like a mountain of metal and energy. Inside, the Pathfinder's crew worked in tense silence, each officer focused on their role. Captain Park glanced at the bridge crew. Stay alert. The Council may underestimate us, but that's their mistake. And we will use it. Yab Ba's eyes flicked to the monitor. Captain, there. A fluctuation in their shield pattern. A tiny one, but it's consistent. If we act carefully, we might gain control of the situation, or at least slip through their immediate grasp. Park's gaze hardened. Noted. Every moment counts. Humanity does not break. Humanity adapts. And humanity will survive. The Alien Council, confident in its control, had no idea that the humans aboard the Pathfinder were already planning. The smallest crew in the shadow of the greatest ship in known space was not powerless. They were calculating, observing, waiting for the perfect moment. And in the darkness of space the tension grew. The Pathfinder trembled slightly in the alien grip, but inside the bridge, determination burned brighter than fear. The first contact with the Galactic Council was complete. The challenge was clear: obey, survive, or fight back. The HSV Pathfinder drifted in the shadow of the massive alien vessel, its hull glowing faintly from the energy of the tractor beam. Captain Jup Park leaned over the bridge console, her dark eyes scanning every monitor, every readout. The Council ship's glow pulsed rhythmically, a silent reminder that the humans were trapped, observed, and outmatched. Lieutenant Hansu Choi's fingers moved nervously across the navigation controls. Captain, every system is online, but the engines are still constrained. Any sudden maneuver could overload the quantum drive. Park's jaw tightened. I know, Lieutenant. But we've watched their shields fluctuate. There's a pattern. We've been patient long enough. It's time to act. Science Officer Yab Ba's eyes widened. Captain, if we synchronize with the fluctuation we might be able to escape the tractor beam, or at least reposition. It's risky, very risky, but it's our best chance. Sonic Kong glanced at the communications panel. The Council is watching us closely. They expect compliance. Any sudden movement could provoke immediate retaliation. Park straightened in her chair, her voice calm but firm. We act precisely. Timing is everything. Prepare the quantum drive for synchronized maneuver. On my mark, now. The Pathfinder shuddered as the engines hummed to life, pushing against the invisible pull of the tractor beam. Every crew member held their breath, hearts pounding in unison with the ship's vibrations. Yab Ba's fingers flew across her console. Now, the fluctuation is at peak. Engage quantum fold drive. The bridge lights flickered as the Pathfinder surged forward, slipping partially out of the tractor beam's grip. Outside, the alien ship's glow pulsed wildly, as if reacting to the unexpected move. The massive vessel tilted slightly, shields flaring. Hansu Choi gritted his teeth, fingers dancing across the controls. Hull stress rising, engines overheat. We're holding, Captain. Captain Park's eyes never left the monitors. Hold steady. We're not done yet. The Alien Council's faces appeared on the communications screen, expressions of shock and disbelief clearly visible. The lead four-eyed alien's mouth opened slightly. Impossible, how, these humans? Yab Ba whispered, they're stunned, Captain. They didn't expect this. Their reaction is slower than anticipated. Park's mind raced. Good. Keep the pressure on. Prepare for evasive maneuvers. Monitor shield pulses. We're exploiting every weakness we can find. The Pathfinder weaved through space, engines straining, lights flickering, every system at its limit. The alien vessel fired warning pulses, bright streaks of energy slicing through the void, but the human ship moved with speed and precision, slipping between shield gaps. Sonic Kang's fingers flew over the comm panel. "Captain, they're recalibrating their systems, trying to regain control. But they're slow." Park nodded. "Good. Keep monitoring. Every system ready. If they fire weapons again, we're prepared to counter." The bridge crew worked in perfect unison, fear and excitement blending into focused determination. This was more than survival. This was humanity showing the Galactic Council that they were not a species to be dismissed. Suddenly, the alien vessel pulsed again, a massive energy wave aimed at the Pathfinder. Choi's eyes widened. "Incoming." Park's voice was sharp. "Evasive pattern Delta. Shields up to maximum." The Pathfinder rolled and twisted, its quantum drive giving it a burst of unexpected speed. The alien energy wave slammed into empty space where the Pathfinder had been, the beam dissipating harmlessly. Yabba's fingers flew across her console. "Captain, their shields. They're weakening at intervals. We can exploit this for a bigger move." Park's lips pressed together. "Not yet. First we create distance. Then we show them humanity's true ingenuity." The alien council's voices became frantic, overlapping in their alien tongue. The humans couldn't understand the words, but the urgency was clear. They were shocked, unprepared for a species that could think so fast, act so boldly. "Captain," Choi said quietly, "they're not just stunned, they're recalculating. They think they have control, but we've changed the game." Park's dark eyes sparkled with determination. "Exactly. We've proven we're not predictable. Now we push forward. Every move counts. They will respect caution, but only when faced with audacity." Yabba pointed at the monitor. "Captain, if we synchronize the next quantum fold with their shield fluctuation, we could position the Pathfinder behind them, where their weapons cannot reach immediately." Park's gaze sharpened. "Prepare for execution. Everyone ready? Now is our moment." The Pathfinder pulsed with energy as the crew executed the synchronized quantum fold. In an instant, the massive alien ship's view of them shifted. The humans had moved almost imperceptibly, but their position now offered a tactical advantage. The council gasped, or so it seemed from their facial expressions. The four-eyed alien's mouth opened in surprise. Humans, unpredictable, bold, foolish. Choi's hands shook slightly, but a grin appeared. "Captain, we did it. We're behind them." Park's lips curved into a slight, confident smile. "This is just the beginning, Lieutenant. The Pathfinder may be small, but humanity is clever, adaptable, and fearless. They may be stronger, but we have something they underestimate: our courage and our wits." The alien ship trembled slightly, its system struggling to recalibrate. The tractor beam's pull lessened, but the council had not yet given up. Park stood tall, voice calm and commanding. "Bridge, prepare for next phase. We are not victims. We are humans, and we will show them exactly what that means." The bridge crew shared a moment of quiet triumph, but tension still hung in the air. The Galactic Council was vast, powerful, and unpredictable. Yet for the first time humanity had turned the tables, even if just slightly. Outside, the blackness of space stretched endlessly. Inside the Pathfinder, courage and determination burned brighter than any star. The battle of wits, skill, and daring had begun. And for the first time the Council knew, humans were not to be underestimated. The Pathfinder drifted in the cold blackness of space, just behind the massive alien vessel. The crew's hearts were still racing from their bold maneuver. Captain Jup Park's dark eyes scanned every console, every readout, looking for the next opportunity. Science Officer Yab Ba leaned over her console, her fingers dancing across the controls. "Captain, I think I've found something. Their shield systems fluctuate in a pattern we didn't notice before. It's small, but it's consistent. If we time it right, we might be able to exploit it." Park's lips pressed together. "Explain." Yab Ba pointed at the monitor. "See here? Their weapon arrays pulse at the same interval as their shields. It's as if their energy is distributed unevenly. There's a small delay when the shield dips. Long enough for a precise strike, or even to pass through a weak spot without being detected immediately." Lieutenant Hansu Choi's eyes widened. "That's incredible. We could actually take control of the situation." Captain Park nodded slowly. "Good. But this is dangerous. Any mistake and the Pathfinder could be destroyed instantly." Sonic Kong spoke up, voice tense. "Captain, if we hit their shield at the exact moment of the dip, we could disable their weapons temporarily. But timing has to be perfect. 1 second off and they'll retaliate immediately." Park stood, her dark eyes glinting with determination. Then we prepare. Every system synchronized. Every crew member ready. Humanity doesn't survive by waiting for the perfect moment. We create it. The bridge crew moved like a single organism, executing their captain's orders with precision. The Pathfinder's engines hummed quietly as Choi and Yab-Ba coordinated the calculations for the maneuver. Even Sonic, usually calm and steady, felt the tension pulse in his veins. Minutes passed like hours. Every sensor on the Pathfinder monitored the alien ship, noting the fluctuations in shields and weapon systems. Yab-Ba's fingers flew across her console, keeping perfect track of the energy pulses. Finally, Park nodded. Prepare for synchronized strike. Timing is everything. Ready? All stations ready, Choi confirmed. Calculations complete, Yab-Ba added. Synchronization in 3, 2, 1. The Pathfinder surged forward in perfect coordination with the shield fluctuations. A beam of concentrated energy fired from the Pathfinder's front array, striking the alien ship at the precise moment the shield dipped. Outside, the Council vessel shuddered, lights flickering along its enormous hull. Warning sirens echoed through its bridge, the alien delegates' expressions shifting from shock to alarm. How? One of the aliens gasped, voice trembling in disbelief. Park's lips curved into a confident, controlled smile. Good work, crew. That's the first advantage humanity has taken in this encounter. Choi exhaled sharply. Captain, their weapon systems are temporarily offline. We have a small window. What now? Park leaned forward, voice calm but commanding. We gather intelligence. Scan every system we can. Learn everything about their ship while we have this advantage. Every detail counts. Yab-Ba's fingers flew over the console. Captain, sensors indicate their main energy core is slightly exposed when shields are in this cycle. We could potentially disable the tractor beam, or at least weaken it further. Park's eyes darkened with determination. Prepare for analysis. I want full schematics, crew status, weapon locations, everything. We are not here just to survive. We are here to show the Council that humans are capable of facing the impossible, and winning. Sonic Kang's fingers danced over the comm panel. Captain, the aliens are trying to recalibrate. They're panicking. They didn't expect this. Their reactions are slow. Park nodded. That's fine. Let them be distracted. Every second counts. Focus on the data. Focus on survival and advantage. Hansu Choi glanced at the view screen. Captain, they're attempting another strike, but the timing is off. Our maneuvering has made us unpredictable. They can't adjust fast enough. Park's dark eyes flicked across the bridge. Exactly. Predictability is weakness. Boldness is strength. Humanity survives because we act when others hesitate. Yab-Ba's fingers paused on the console. Captain, I've charted a full path that could bypass the tractor beam entirely. If executed correctly, we could slip past their control without engaging directly, at least for now. Park stood, the captain's calm authority radiating across the bridge. Prepare the Pathfinder. Engines ready, shields optimized. This is our next move. We strike when the opportunity is perfect. We do not wait for luck. We create it. The alien ship's pulsing lights seemed to flicker faster, as if sensing the humans' determination. Outside, space remained silent, cold, and infinite. Inside, the Pathfinder's crew felt the thrill of control, even as danger still pressed against them. For the first time since the encounter began, humanity had the upper hand. The Galactic Council, vast and powerful, had underestimated them. And the Pathfinder's crew would not forget it. Captain Park's voice was steady, quiet, but it carried weight through the bridge. Remember this, crew, courage, intelligence, and timing are humanity's weapons. We are small but we are capable. The Council may be powerful, but they do not yet understand us. Outside, the Council vessel loomed, unaware of the storm of ingenuity, boldness, and precision that the Pathfinder crew was preparing. The humans had found a weakness. Now it was time to strike. The next move would determine everything. Survival. Respect. Humanity's place among the stars. The Pathfinder hung in the void, its hull glinting faintly against the backdrop of distant stars. The alien vessel loomed nearby, massive and gleaming with strange symbols, yet now trembling slightly from the human crew's bold maneuvers. Captain Jup Park stood at the front of the bridge, her dark eyes fixed on the view screen, her mind sharp and focused. All stations report, she said calmly, voice steady as steel. Lieutenant Hansu Choi's fingers flew across the controls. Engines at full output. Shields stabilized. Tractor beam weakening. Its hold is unstable. We have a small window, Captain. Science Officer Yab-Ba pointed at her console. Captain, the alien shield fluctuations are perfectly aligned with their weapon cycles. If we time it correctly, we can disable their main weapon arrays for several seconds. Enough to escape, or strike strategically. Sunak Kang added, Captain, sensors confirm the Council ship is trying to recalibrate. Their reaction is slower than we anticipated. They're scrambling to understand our moves. Park's lips pressed together. This is it. Every second counts. Humanity doesn't back down. We strike now, with precision, intelligence, and courage. The bridge crew nodded, hands steady over their consoles. Despite the fear and tension, there was pride here. Pride in being human, in facing impossible odds. Engage synchronized quantum fold, Park ordered. The Pathfinder surged forward, engines roaring, its quantum drive pushing the limits. Outside, the Council ship's shields pulsed in response. At the perfect moment, Yab-Ba triggered the calculated energy surge toward the alien hull. A bright beam of human technology struck the alien ship precisely when its shields dipped. Warning lights flared across the alien vessel. Systems hummed and buzzed erratically. Energy weapons sparked and went offline for critical seconds. The Council members appeared on the communications screen, shocked, their multi-eyed faces frozen in disbelief. This cannot be, one of the aliens exclaimed. How? Park's voice remained calm, authoritative. We are humans. We adapt. We endure. And we do not bow to fear. The Pathfinder slipped further from the alien's grasp, now fully outside the tractor beam's hold. Systems that had been pinned against the alien's energy now hummed freely. The crew worked quickly, scanning the alien vessel, recording every detail of their systems and preparing to retreat safely. Hansa Choi exhaled deeply, a grin spreading across his face. Captain, we actually did it. We're free. Park nodded, a hint of a smile forming. Not yet, Lieutenant. We finished this cleanly. Gather every data point, document everything. Show them humans are not a species to underestimate. Yab-Ba tapped her console, reporting rapidly. Captain, the shield fluctuation analysis is complete. We've also detected a potential blind spot in their sensor array. If we navigate carefully, we can slip past without alerting their main forces. Sunak Kang added, their communications are sporadic. They're trying to re-establish control, but our maneuvers have left them off balance. Park turned to her crew, voice firm but proud. Humanity survives because we are clever, brave, and unpredictable. Today we've proven it. Today the Council learns that strength is not measured by size alone. The alien ship's lights dimmed slightly. Its delegates exchanged hurried gestures. Even without understanding the language, the humans could sense the tension, the uncertainty. They had underestimated the small human vessel, and now the consequences were clear. Yab-Ba whispered, Captain, they're watching us. I think they respect us at least a little. Or maybe, fear us. Park's eyes softened, though her voice remained strong. Respect or fear, it doesn't matter. What matters is that humanity has shown it can face the impossible and survive. That is our triumph. The Pathfinder engaged its quantum fold drive once more, slipping through the Council sector at incredible speed. Outside, the alien vessel remained, massive but contained within its own hesitation. The humans had not destroyed it, but they had proven something far greater. Their ingenuity, courage, and determination could challenge even the mightiest of forces. On the bridge, the crew exhaled, a mixture of relief and exhilaration washing over them. Captain Park remained standing, gazing at the stars ahead. The dark void of space seemed a little less empty now. Humanity had faced the Galactic Council, and survived. More than that, they had made their mark. Crew, Park said softly yet with authority, this is only the beginning. Today we have shown what humans are capable of. Tomorrow, who knows? But whatever comes next, we face it together with courage, intelligence, and resolve. Yab-Ba's fingers rested lightly on her console. Captain, they will never forget this encounter. Humanity has made its statement. Park nodded, eyes still on the stars. Good. Let them remember. But remember this too, we must always be ready. The galaxy is vast and challenges are endless. Today we've won a battle, but the war for respect continues. The Pathfinder glided silently into the depths of space, a small ship against the backdrop of countless stars. But aboard her bridge, a crew of humans held their heads high, their hearts strong. They had faced the impossible, taken bold action, and emerged victorious. And in the endless black of space, a new chapter of human history had begun. one that would be told as a story of courage, ingenuity, and the unstoppable spirit of humanity. For the Galactic Council, it was a lesson learned the hard way: humans were not to be underestimated. The stars shimmered ahead, and the Pathfinder moved toward the unknown, carrying with it the pride of an entire species.